Hello, hello, my dear ones. Well, this may mean nothing, but it's a thought I had last night, and I have no one else to share my thoughts with. You are our community, so you have to listen to this, to these random thoughts of mine. So last night at Forgiveness Sunday, as we started asking for forgiveness from each other, we were all prostrating before each other and asking for forgiveness and giving forgiveness, and then this line of people is formed. As I'm sure you know, if you've ever been in an Orthodox parish on Forgiveness Sunday, there's a line of people just prostrating before each other and asking for forgiveness. And there was something about that made me think, for the first time actually, about a ritual, a procession that happens at least in the Romanian villages. Maybe it happens in other parts of the Orthodox world as well, but I've seen it in Moldavia in those 5 years I've spent in my monastery there. When someone dies, there's a procession from the house of the person who died onto the cemetery, where the person is then buried. And in this procession, the coffin with the body of the person who died is being carried from house to house. It leaves the house where he or she lived first, and then it stops at all the close by neighbors. And they wait there by the gates of the house until each neighbor comes out from the house, asks for forgiveness, and gives forgiveness to the person who reposed. And this happens then also in a way that marks the history, the life of the person who died. So, for example, if the person who died was a teacher, I always give these two examples because I've actually seen them. If the person who died was a teacher, they will go to the school and they will stop on the school grounds, and they'll wait until all the colleagues, the other teachers and the cleaners and the administration personnel, they all come out and they ask for forgiveness from the person who died, and then they forgive that person for everything he or she may have done. I've seen another example where the person who died was a well-known drunkard, someone who enjoyed their drink. God bless them and forgive them. And we stopped in our procession, all of us. Imagine half the village carrying the body of this person, and the priests of the village and the priests of the monastery nearby, all of us vested and ready for the funeral service, stopping in front of the pub, in front of the bar, and singing these funeral hymns, burial hymns, as all the other drunkards from the pub, from the bar, came out mourning and crying their eyes out, asking for forgiveness from their friend and forgiving their friend for whatever he may have done against them. And then the procession continues onto the graveyard, to the cemetery in the graveyard, and then the funeral service is performed, and then the burial takes place. There was something last night as we were all lined up asking for forgiveness from each other, as we prepare to enter this cloud of Lent, this period of 40 days, 50 days for us almost, of darkness, of temptation and of uncertainty and confusion, because this is what Lent is. It is a period of temptation. We go out with Christ for 40 days, and like Christ, we are not met by angels, we are met by demons. There was something about all of us lined up last night in the church asking for forgiveness from each other and prostrating ourselves asking for forgiveness that reminded me of these traditions of burial in Romania. In a way, we are all dying with Christ. We are dying to the world, we are dying to our sinfulness. We are dying to even our instincts, our natural human being, human nature instincts. We don't eat as much or what we would like to eat in Lent. We try to obey the will of the Church, the will of Christ, the will of our spiritual fathers, the saints who lived before us, instead of following our own free will during Lent. We try to limit, even within families, people try to limit the personal, intimate relations during Lent. It's a way of letting go, dying to our fallen human nature, so that by the grace of God on Easter night we are resurrected with Him. I don't know. There was something in this similarity between us prostrated to the ground, asking forgiveness from each other, and that drunkard in his coffin, for the last time in front of his bar, asking for forgiveness and being forgiven by his friends who are equally drunk. May God bless them and all of us. That's all I had to share for you today. I pray Lent has begun in a blessed way for you. We keep you in our prayers. Please keep us in yours. Amen, my beloved ones. Amen. Amen.